What's going on, y'all? This Terrence Devon with OG Fight Club, and we need to talk about this WWE Clash in Italy event that went down today, this morning. If you in the US, it was this morning. So yeah, let's talk about it, y'all. So my initial thought when I found out about this PLE, this Premium Live event, and then I saw the card, my initial thought was, it's too many damn rematches, y'all. It's way too many rematches. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about sick of these damn rematches, y'all. We got Oba versus Brock. We got Rhea versus Jade. We got Roman versus Jacob Fatu, right? We got Becky versus Sol Ruka. How many times they done win at it, right? So like, I'm just over all these damn rematches, y'all. Like it's annoying. I'm like, it's just to me, it's just like it's a lack of creativity. And then we keep having all these PLEs a couple weeks in between each other, and it's like it's just not giving enough time for things to breathe and for stories to build. So anyway, but let's get into it, y'all. So first of all, the crowd was crazy. I love when WWE go overseas because the crowds over there, y'all, just I mean, regardless of where they go in just different countries when they leave America, it just be the crowds are just on a different level, y'all. Like they really bring the energy. I know people be getting mad, they be hating because WWE doing their thing in these different countries. But then y'all need to quit complaining and just turn up when they in your city. Because y'all, a lot of y'all be dead, right? Y'all, a lot of y'all just be dead and just be so blah, right? Just like they ain't no life. But the way that they do when they come to these other places overseas, right? Like they turn up, they show up and show out. So maybe bring the energy level up and quit complaining all the damn time. But anyway, so the first match was Cody versus Gunther, y'all. So me personally, like I called Cody to win. I thought that he was going to win this match, so he did. It was a good match. Some people felt like it was kind of flat. Wasn't all that. I mean, I'm not saying that it was like a 10 out of 10 match, right? Like I don't need to see it again, but it was a decent match. The good thing about it is that Cody beat him with just one, um, you know, crossroads, right? So he just hit him with that one finisher one time, and then that ended the match. Typically, Cody have to hit somebody with that move like several times, right? So I thought that was cool that it only took one time for him to put Gunther down. Gunther put him in his little rear naked choke a few times, but obviously Cody didn't tap, so he was able to get out of it. But at the end of the day, he was able to hit him with that crossroads, and that's how he won the match. So overall, it was a good match. It was the opener. He hit him with that crossroads on top of that scary movie logo. So all right, so let's go to the next match, y'all. So the next match was Jade versus Rhea Ripley, y'all. So Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. So um, to me, this is a decent match. There was a botch. I will get to it. But anyway, there were several reversals. Like there was a lot of reversals. It looked like you can tell that these young ladies did their homework. You can tell that they've been practicing with each other. I guess the rematches. This is one example where the rematches actually helped this match because they got to know each other better, right? Because they were reacting and reversing each other moves and things like that, which made for an entertaining match, athletic competition. There were several good spots in this match, but overall, I thought it was good. The botch that I was talking about is when B-Fab and Michin, Jade Cargill's little clique, right? Their little evil clique. They came to the ring, and B-Fab, apparently she was supposed to grab Jade Cargill's foot and put it on the ropes, but she didn't do it in time. The ref got down to count to three. He hit one, two, and he was like two and a half, and she's sitting there just now reaching for the girl's leg, and she went to go grab it and put it on the rope. The referee would have already hit 3, 4, 5 count, before she got there in time. So you could tell that the ref kind of helped her out, and then he went ahead and stopped his count right before he hit the mat for the third time because he knew what he was supposed to do. He knew his role, but clearly B-Fab didn't know her role. So she botched, something so simple. She messed that up. But and then Charlotte Flair came out because since Jay had helped, Charlotte Flair came out to help Rhea Ripley. And so I guess they're on good terms right now. And then, even that out. So then Rhea Ripley ended up winning the match. But man, it was a reversal that Jade Cargill hit on Rhea Ripley. It was a thing of beauty, man. I mean, it was awesome. It was when Rhea Ripley was going for her signature finisher move, the Riptide. She picked her up, tried to put her in that move, but Jade was able to somehow get free and then turn it into a DDT, and it was just like a thing of beauty. So I thought that was pretty dope. And honestly, I was surprised that she was able to pull that off like that. So she's developing. A lot of people be talking about Jade saying she can't wrestle, whatever, right? But she is developing, and so that match was definitely a indication of that. So let's go ahead and go to the next match, which to me, yeah, I think this could have been the main event. I think the actual main event was decent, but this could have been the main event as well. Like on paper, with just like the competition with the two athletes, two super over athletes, and Oba and Brock. So Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. So anyway, it was a great match. I thought Brock was retired though. So like, what's going on with that, y'all? So I'm still trying to see what's going on with that. Obviously, he ain't retired. So I've heard rumors that he actually did retire, but then something was wrong with the contract or something was wrong with that. And I don't know, something to do with the contract. So he had to come back. And then they tried to write it into the story to make it seem like he really didn't retire. He was just faking his retirement so that he can just just sneak, just be sneaky and get one over on Oba. I mean, I don't know, y'all. So it's weird. It's weird, but at the end of the day, this is one of the rematches I ain't gonna complain about too much. I'm here for it. I like to see both of them. I like both of them. But honestly, y'all, I knew Brock Lesnar was gonna win because we all know how WWE do, right? With this 50-50 booking, right? So Oba win one, Brock win one. Now we gotta, watch the tiebreaker, which is most likely gonna be at SummerSlam. So that's what's happening, right? So 1-1. Now we gotta have a tiebreaker. You gotta watch all PLEs, right? WWE gotta get that money, y'all. TKO gotta get that money out of us, right? So anyway, but this was a good match. Your boy Brock Lesnar, he stormed Oba, but while he was taking off his big necklace, right? So he was taking that off in the corner, had his back turned, and Brock Lesnar snuck him, and then picked him up, put him on his shoulders, and hit him with that F5. He hit him with about 50-11 F5s. For y'all who ain't from the South, 50-11 just means, it's a fake number. It just means a whole lot. It's a whole lot, right? So he hit him with a whole lot of F5s. He took him outside, hit him with an F5 through the announce table, probably the Spanish announce, or I guess it was the Italian announce table. But typically they be breaking the Spanish announce table, but this might have been the Italian announce table since they were in Italy for this PLE. But anyway, hit him with the F5, threw him through that announce table, got him back in the ring, hit him with another one. So I mean, Brock was he was all over Oba. Oba barely got any offense in. But then Oba, he finally started showing some life. He hit him with a couple like flying uppercuts into the corner, and then he picked Brock Lesnar up like he was finna powerbomb him, hit him with his move. I think it's called Fall from Grace or something like that. But he got him up. There was a botch in here too as well. There was like a choke slam where like Oba tried to hit Brock with a choke slam, and I don't know if he slipped. Looked like Brock jumped a little early. I don't know. It was weird, but that was really the only botch that I recall in this match. But anyway, Oba picked him up for that power bomb, that fall from grace, and Brock Lesnar jumped out of it, landed on his feet. As he's not old, but he's getting old for an athlete, right? For a wrestler. And but man, he can still go. He can still go. Super athletic, super nimble. He's still a beast. But he jumped out, landed on his feet. Then he picked up Oba, hit him with another F5, and then that was the last one. Oba couldn't take no more of them F5s, y'all. So he went ahead, got that 3 count. So that was a good match. That was a good match. Like to me, that was my favorite match. But anyway, let's go on to the next match, y'all. We only got 2 matches left. So this next match was Sol Ruka versus Becky for the women's intercontinental championship. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, Sol Ruka won. Honestly, I was surprised. I was surprised that she won, but the match was okay, y'all. I say out of 5 stars, I give it 2.5. I wouldn't even give it 3. I give it 2.5, y'all. Yeah, so there was a botch in this match where Sol Ruka, she went to go do like she hit a cartwheel and then or not a cartwheel, but like a gainer, and then she was gonna hit a backflip, go over the top rope, onto Becky outside the ring on the side of the ring, but her foot missed or her foot hit the rope, the bottom rope. So when she hit the gainer, I think she did it a little. She landed a little too close to the ropes, and her foot hit it, so it messed up her back flip. So when she didn't get as much air as she needed, so she really missed Becky. But Becky, she helped her out. She kind of moved up a little bit to take the bump a little bit. At the end of the day, So Ruka did botch that, but it wasn't too bad. But I mean, honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about this match because it really wasn't a whole lot to say. Really, honestly, I mean, it was a okay match. Like I said, 2.5 stars out of 5 is what I give it. They had that same referee officiating. I don't know her name, but it's like the same female referee officiates all Becky Lynch's matches, right? So it's like she officiates all the man's matches. But that same young lady, she was the referee of this match. She didn't get hit this time. She almost did, but she didn't get hit this time. And she like she always does, right? She always get into these matches and get into it with Becky, but she didn't this time. But anyway, at the end of the day, Sol Ruka won. She hit her with the Soul Snatcher. Finally connected with the Soul Snatcher. She barely did. Becky had to help her out a little bit because when she did it from like the middle rope in the corner. And, so Becky kind of stood there because she knew what was happening. So she kind of moved up into it, helped her out, and took that bump. So, so kudos to Becky for looking out for her sister, you know what I'm saying? And putting her over. But at the end of the day, me personally, I think the match was meh, and it was pretty mid. And I got to be honest, y'all. Like I like Sol Ruka, but I'm not feeling her. Like I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed with like her run so far on the main roster has not been impressive. Too many botches. Man, they got to get this young lady a new finisher move because that ain't it. Like it's cool when it works, but the thing is, like anytime you got a move that someone has to like help you execute, that's yeah, it's just like it's bound for there to be mistakes. It's bound for there to be botches. And as we already know, since she's been on the main roster, it's just been botch city. It's just just botching. But anyway, okay. So y'all, the final match, the main event, it was Roman Reigns versus Fatu, another rematch, another rematch. But this time it's tribal combat, so I guess it means something, right? But anyway, so but Fatu, man, like I like Fatu. He really is lightning in a bottle. Jacob Fatu, he got so much energy, straight up beast. I mean, just like he's yeah, man. Like Jacob Fatu, he's that guy. Like if he stay with it, if he stay in the WWE, he definitely has a bright future for real because he's something else. Great entertainer, great athlete. But yeah, anyway, but to be honest, y'all, the crowd obviously they was into Roman Reigns. Everybody loves Roman Reigns, but they seemed like they didn't really know how to react to Jacob Fatu. They didn't know how to receive my boy Jacob Fatu because they're pretty quiet. But I will say, Jacob Fatu, on the way out, he really leaned into the villain side, right? Like he really leaned into the dark side because there's been a lot of talk about him being kind of splitting the crowd, where he's kind of like you don't know if you want to cheer for him or if you want to boo him because he's kind of like a villain, but he's kind of like a good guy. He's kind of like the anti-hero and anti-establishment. So like people don't really know how to receive him. But that really showed in Italy today because the crowd was pretty stale when he came out. So but anyway, but it was a good match. With it being tribal combat, I guess it's like no disqualification, so they can use weapons, tables, trash cans, all that. They did use a table and they did use a toolbox, but I think that was it. Roman Reigns, there was a spot where Roman Reigns speared Jacob Fatu through a barricade and it squashed some of the security. It was actually pretty funny. I hope security is okay though. So I don't know if they were acting or what, but it was funny. Squashed the security when he went through the barricade. And then, because it wasn't like the typical barricade, like, I don't know. There was this one barricade right there by like where the ring be at, or where the bell be at, right? In the timekeeper section, right? That's the same barricade that they always spearing each other through. It wasn't through that one. He speared Jacob Fatu through a different one. And so it might have been real because maybe the security guard wasn't expecting it, since it wasn't the typical area that they of the barricade that they spear each other through. But anyway, overall it was a good match. Roman Reigns, he played a smart game. Like he the way he wrestled, like Fatu was just all like just brute force energy, right? But and Roman Reigns was just playing a smarter game because he took Fatu's hand. He made it where he couldn't really get a good grip to do that death grip that he'd be doing around the throat of his opponent, right? So Roman Reigns smashed his hand with a toolbox so that so he didn't have as much grip strength, right? And so 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 that was a part of the story, and then he really focused on it. So when Jacob Fatu had the opportunity to use it, he couldn't use it. It was even one time when he grabbed him by the throat and then he let him go. He couldn't hold it, right? So, and Roman Reigns was like, okay, he had that look on his face like, okay, my plan is working, right? And then then he went at Jacob Fatu, hit him with a spear. He eventually speared him through a table. The table speared him through the Slim Jim, the infamous Slim Jim table in the corner. Table exploded, right? So, but he ended up hitting him with another spear later on, and that's how he won the match, right? So Roman Reigns won. I don't think anybody expected Fatu to win. If he would have won, it would have been so unexpected, right? So, but yeah, Roman Reigns won. I totally expected this to happen. So I was right with my prediction on this one. But at the end of the match, the Usos came out, celebrated with the tribal chief, whatever. And so now, apparently on Monday night, Jacob Fatu is supposed to acknowledge Roman Reigns on TV, right? So, and then he's supposed to be a part of his faction. He's supposed to serve him, be, one of his minions or whatever. So we'll see. So I'm more interested in what's going to happen with that because, again, I wasn't looking forward to this match and I already knew what the outcome was going to be. This is one of the rematches I didn't care to see. So anyway, overall, I think it was a decent PLE. If you missed it, you really didn't miss much. I mean, to be honest, the best thing, in my opinion, was the Obafemi and Brock Lesnar match. And even that match, it wasn't that long. It was good, right? But overall, you ain't missing nothing if you didn't see this. I'm just being honest. So that's why you can listen to me. I'll tell you what happened, right? Listen to my take. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, if you did check it out.